Why, hello there. The name is Angelica. Pleasure to meet you. You're my Leo, correct? Excellent. Before we begin, let me get a little sip of water here. And let's get started. So, before we begin, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown. Okay? Perfect. You don't mind being recorded, correct? Just for clerical reasons, training purposes, making sure that, future trainees know how to conduct this exam. Perfect. Now, to give you a breakdown of what we're about to do, we're going to conduct a metaphysical exam, a physical exam. We're going to give you a little bit of a psychological evaluation, and then we're going to do an oracle reading to kind of break down what the cards have to say for your current, present, future, all that jazz. Okay? Cool. So for right now, let's get down to the metaphysical aspects of you. Leo, governed by the element of fire. Excuse me. So, as a Leo, your energy is very much, you thrive being in the moment, and in the present, just kind of charging, taking action, really going forward, really being you essentially, but in a more specific way. You really thrive off of attention, essentially. You thrive off of being seen over your presentation. Hannah, calm down, Hannah. Over the way that you sort of like engage with other people, but not in a way where it's like you're enjoying the mutual conversation. You want the conversation to kind of encircle about you. Like, you really like being told everything that is special and unique about your physical appearance and about who you are. Other people might enjoy kind of having just a good time, or about, really getting to know the other person. Although you get to know them, you really do enjoy that attention, which is a good thing considering how you tend to be the life of the party. You tend to come in and give that party a sense of zest, a sense of life, a sense of unity, a sense of glue. Now, your planet that governs you, or your celestial body that governs you, is the sun. Very interesting. You are an energetic powerhouse. Think Bo Burnham, think the Sprouse twins. Just very much, your destiny is very much in the limelight. That's pretty much just quintessentially Leo, is just being in the limelight, being seen, being recognized for everything that you do. And oftentimes the way this represents, or the way this comes out in relationships, is that you will be someone who, if you're breaking up with someone else, you'll be very mature in handling it. You tend to be very proper in that way. You tend to be someone who very much considers the feelings of others. You tend to be someone who likes to give gifts to other people, to really seem like a very generous, very kind, very approachable person. So when you break up with someone, or if you want to finalize a relationship, you will approach it in the most kind-hearted way. But if someone breaks up with you, you will have your ego hurt, probably more than you'll have your heart broken. It'll feel like, what exactly about you wasn't good enough? What exactly about you do you have to prove? And you will obsess over this person until you feel like you've reached a catharsis, where you feel like, oh, now I get it. Now I know that I am once again, the top of the bops, queen bee energy, all of that jazz. Until you get to that point, you will be obsessing over this person to give you that attention and to give you that validation. Within a relationship, you will feel like, you really run off of the adoration of your partner. You really run off of the compliments that your partner gives you. However, eventually you will get to a point where you start to wonder, maybe I'm too good for this person. And that's when you'll either break up with them, or they'll break up with you. And depending on that, that's the outcomes you'll get. So what drives you essentially is just the community, the public, being someone who really just is the moment, essentially. So your stones are yellow topaz, tiger's eye, ruby, milky yellow, amber. And the symbols, or rather the meanings behind these stones, are that they restore an inner calm, oftentimes because you are, seeking attention. You are the moment. You are, the show. You are the Mariah Carey of a moment. You are the Lindsay Lohan of the moment. You are the Cher of a moment. And you sometimes need to kind of return to space and just recognize who you are and kind of calm your energies down, calm your expectations down, calm your sense of self down. You kind of reorganize yourself, recompose yourself. You don't allow this high excitement to translate into high anxiety, but rather you let it die down slowly. Likewise, it'll ease your stress. You tend to be someone who's very snappy, very moody, just because you do have such high expectations. And if your natal chart has other signs that tend to be moody, like a Cancer or like a Scorpio, then you will be very moody and very emotional at times, because you feel like your expectations and your emotions and how much you give constantly and how much you're always just on will eventually get to you, because ultimately you're just a human being, and that could potentially be the worst insult a Leo has. I know you are the moment, you're the diva, you're all that jazz, but we do have to remember that behind the garbs, behind the image, behind the public persona is a human being. And it'll also grant you vitality, so a lot more energy, a lot more gumph to kind of keep you going, like an energizer battery, because ultimately you could keep going and going and going and going, but once again, you're just a human being, and it'll strengthen your heart's energy. We're going to also give you a physical examination where we monitor what organs govern you and how they're doing and how they're functioning and whatnot. But it'll help strengthen your heart's energy, because even though you are a Leo and even though you are governed by, seeking attention, needing validation, really kind of being in the spotlight, you are someone who still has a very loving heart, a very loving soul. Hence why when you do break up with someone, you're not doing it in a very dismissive way where you objectify them, but rather you recognize them as a person. It's just that your ego is just its own person itself. And then as for the stones, the last one it'll help you do would be to ground your vision. You see, as a fire sign, you run by the edge of your seat. You have these constant wants and drives and motivations and plans, but sometimes you lack the practicality, the grounding, the stability necessary to really concretely plan out the outcome of these ideas, or to plan out the possibility or logistics behind your dreams, your wishes, your goals. And Hannah, would you mind? Hannah, lettuce is not for you. Let us please calm down. You're going to crap all over the floor, Hannah. I'm sorry, my assistants have been just catastrophic. So, yeah, that's kind of you summed up. So, the flowers, plants, and shrubs that best identify you are sunflowers, chamomile, lavender, holly, hazel, almond, and apple. So you're a very sunny, vibrant person. You're someone who's very energetic. Like when people are around you, they really feel your magnetism. You're someone who is just a breath of fresh air, a source of warmth in this world. You're someone who really is electric in the best possible way. If you were to take any career on, it would be like rock star. It would be like fashion model. Like it would definitely be, Hannah, please, I am trying to conduct an exam and you have me worried that you're going to poison yourself for the 7th time this minute. Hannah. Cálmate. I will discipline Hannah later. So you are actually let me discipline Hannah right now, because otherwise she's going to die. Hannah. I'm so sorry for that. I would I would fire Hannah if she wasn't so cute. So, as we were, you are an energetic soul, you are a battery, you are a powerhouse, you're a magnet. You definitely have it all now for your superpower. Your superpower, because these are your strengths really inform. Hannah, I swear to God, Hannah, never mind, disregard Hannah, she'll be fine now. So, because you have a lot of strengths in you, and because every person has like these natural intrinsic strengths, your specific strength is sort of animal morphing. You very much have a lot of animalistic instincts in you. You could really transform into a beast. You have a lot of primal urges. You're someone who's very just instinctual. So let's break that down. The capability to embody an animal's abilities, traits, and appearances. Let's face it, Leo, you're the minx of the zodiac, and your power lies in your connection to the animal kingdom. When challenged, opponents find themselves befuddled by your ability to shapeshift. This deep connection helps you tap into the essence of life. While others are preoccupied with their self-doubt and insecurities, you stand strong. When you utilize this strength, you can lead the pack with glory. However, your leadership ability depends on the state of your ego. If your motives are pure, then healthy power can drive positive change. Ensure that you are aware of your intentions. What is driving you? So, to assess your organs are the heart, spine, spinal column, and upper back. So I'm going to be examining your heart and then your back. So I'm going to need you to just take a couple deep breaths with me. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? I'm also going to be needing you to put these gloves on. Just outstretch your hands. There we go. Perfect. I'm just going to... There we go, right there. Other hand, outstretch that for me too, babe. Thanks. There we go. Yes, awesome. I'm going to put a little bit of lotion on right now before we begin this physical exam. And then we will begin the physical exam. I'm going to examine your heart, and then I'm going to need you to turn around, and I'll examine your back. If not, I'll just move it around your back too. And then afterwards, we will begin the psychological exam and the oracle reading. So just put this on here. Okay. Take a deep breath in for me, babe, just like this. And let it out. Seems like your heart is doing well. Turn around for me, please. Just like that. Just keep your shoulders right there. Just keep your back to me, nice and lined up, making sure that it's nice and straight. Really correct your posture. Perfect. Now I'm going to be analyzing your spinal column and particularly your upper back. So I don't want it to be slouched forward, otherwise I might get an improper reading. So let me do your upper back first, and then we'll go down the spine. Okay. I'm going to just give your upper back a quick exam here. Take in a deep breath for me. And out. Perfect. Now on the other side. Perfect. Now down your spine. Perfect. There we go. It seems like there's a little bit of an imbalance. So if we reflect over what is stated here, when Leos feel that their leadership skills are being used effectively, they stand tall with their shoulders back. However, you ended up slouching a little bit. So, on the other hand, an imbalance can lead to upper back problems such as tightness, tension. No surprises that the best kind of massage for a Leo is an upper back, shoulder, and neck massage. So, right now you're feeling a little bit weighed down, you're feeling a little insecure. So once you really realize your full potential as the sun, as a drive, as being a Leo, your animal is the lion, then you'll really fully recognize how you're the king of the jungle or the king of the zodiac. Now let's begin with a little bit of a psychological exam and then the oracle reading. So I want you to close your eyes for me really quickly. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes for me. Perfect, sweetie. Now, as you close your eyes, I want you right here. Let me do it to you. Can you feel this right here? Perfect. Okay, right there. I want you to picture for me a fire. A fire. Where is this fire? What is it burning? What is it doing? What are the sounds around the fire? Who's around the fire? What does the fire smell like? Get more and more detailed. The more details, the better. So, as you picture this fire in your mind's eye, I want you to really emotionally connect with this fire. I want you to really feel the passion you have for this fire. This drive, this sense of instinctual sort of energy, this animalistic grip on the image inside your mind. Now, as you keep your eyes closed, I'm going to give you a little bit of insight as to what that picture might mean. Now, because you are the element of fire, and because you have a lot of passion inside of you, where Aries is brave, Leo is passionate, if you pictured something burning like a house or like a town or like a tree, it might mean that you are a little bit chaotic at the moment. You might feel like you're not really situated. You feel like there's a lot of destructive elements around you. Your mind is in a little bit of turbulence right now. If you pictured a burning house, it means that you're not really secure in your current situation. You feel like you really don't belong anywhere right now, and you feel like nothing's really working out. If you pictured a burning tree, it means that the state of the world itself you don't really feel comfortable in. You feel like there is a global sense of destruction for you, a more apocalyptic sense. Likewise, if you pictured a town or a city burning, it very much reflects your more turbulent mind when it comes to apocalyptic levels. However, on the other turn, if you pictured a candle, that means that you're a very focused, methodical person. You probably have a lot of earth in your chart. You're someone who has taken full control of your emotional aspects. You're someone who really is in control of themselves. If you pictured a campfire, you're someone, especially with like a lot of people in it, you definitely are in a more assertive, more healthy mentality. You're someone who really feels like they are among a community and that you ultimately really want to give warmth and light to that community and enjoy the aspects. However, if there's no one around it and it's just a gentle campfire going on its own, you are satisfied with being alone. You don't really need other people to continue blazing the inner passion inside of you. If you pictured a hearth, like a wood-burning stove, that means that your comfort is in the home and you very much feel comfortable in your current situation. Now, we're going to be doing a little bit of an oracle read right now. So, I want you to keep your eyes closed. And I want you to really emotionally connect with this picture. I want you to really feel this picture, especially with the insight that I've given you. Use it to the best that you can. Tailor it to whatever you pictured. And with that in mind, with that energy in mind, I really want you to pick 3 cards. Whichever cards feel warmest to you, whichever cards give you that sense of heat. And as you pick these 3 cards, I'm going to break down the meaning of the cards. The first card you picked will be your foundation card, the second card you pick will be your transition card, and the last card you pick is going to be your conclusion card. So I'm going to ask you to pick out 3 cards. Once again, whichever one you feel the most heat with. Now, you can pick them as quickly as you want, you can pick them as slowly as you want. It really is just completely up to you at what pace you want to go at. So, just point. Excellent. Okay. And excellent choice. Such a good choice. And excellent. Very excellent. Lovely choices all around. You definitely are a person of quality and substance. You definitely are someone who is very decisive with your choices. So let's examine the meaning here. I gave you a personal shuffle, that way you have unique results. First card, second card, third card. Let's flip over the first card. You have Andy Warhol, the most quintessential Leo possible card, the whole 15 minutes of fame. Everyone's going to get their 15 minutes of fame. So the life quote to incorporate for the current situation, your foundation, is eat dessert before dinner. So you are someone who isn't necessarily ruled by earth, you are ruled by fire. So live according to your whims, indulge yourself, allow yourself to break the rules, break the conventions, and navigate yourself based on your own rules, based on your own perceptions. That way you really free yourself to fully drink the cup of life and get drunk on it. Your work ethic, the quote for your work ethic, or rather the insight into your work ethic. Give your 15 minutes some time. If currently you're not really doing so hot, if currently you're not in the most ideal place that you want to be, consider it your Wikipedia biography, okay, sweetie? This is the time that people are going to be writing about, and other people are going to look at it and be like, wow, what an inspiration. Just a common person doing whatever they had to do, and eventually notoriety, attention, fame struck them. So this is just a passing phase. This is a stepping stone. So everyone's gonna have their 15 minutes of fame, and if you're currently going through your 15 minutes of fame, just recognize that your 15 minutes of fame will always need time to develop, cultivate. You are at heart an artist. You are very much drawn to the sensual, sexual arts. They are what release you. They are what makes you feel full. So give it some time to properly simmer, to properly marinate. And as for your inspiration, wanting can be better than having. So at times, especially with Leo, when you finally have something that you've desired or wanted, it's not going to be as good as when you wanted or desired it, particularly in the aspect of relationships, but this can belong to pretty much any category or facet of your life. So at times, wanting can be better than having. So enjoy the experience of desire. Enjoy the experience of heartbreak, because ultimately it might be better than what you felt when you had what you're heartbroken over, or what you wanted for, what you longed for. Now, your transitional state. Wow, this is Marina Abramovic. This is your transitional state. These are perfect cards for you. So, your colors. How could I forget? Probably all red. No. Okay, so your colors are ochre, O-C-H-E-R, and golden hues, all golden hues. Perfect palette for you. So, your life inspiration is skeptic, heal thyself. That's a life quote, rather. Skeptic, heal thyself. So, if you tend to be very cynical or nihilistic, or if you tend to be more critical, you're a skeptic. Allow yourself to truly throw yourself into the throes of pleasure, of sensual desire, a Dionysian sort of character, and heal thyself through these ventures. Because as you experience the world through touch, through taste, through sight, through smell and hearing, you will really feel more in tune with your body, and that's ultimately where you reside. You are someone who really is magnetic and energetic. You really are a sensual being. So healing thyself from the mind's ailments through the physical and the sensual. For your work ethic, discipline is both a noun and a verb. So with the consequences of a Dionysian soul, which is what you possess, you're going to want to incorporate an element of discipline, always in the most sexy of manners, because with discipline comes a sense of strength. It comes a sense of respectability before an audience. If, for example, you end up being completely wild and on over the rails, much like a Paul brother, then you will lose that sense of respect from your fellow community, from your fellow audience or your friends or whoever they may be. And ultimately, you feel very much suffocated by their presence and become more skeptic. So through discipline, you can assert yourself in a way that must be respected. That way you can fully enjoy the experience of being around other people. And as for life inspiration, when a stranger stares into your soul, do not press charges. Stare back. You are someone who loves being read. You are someone who loves having the attention on them, who loves being seen. So when someone starts to analyze you, when someone starts to really dissect you, you enjoy the attention. You enjoy it because you feel like you're being absolutely eaten up, and you enjoy that sense of knowing. It's like the most sexual act that a mind can do, is to really dissect you. So when someone does that, don't cower away from it. Don't try to close yourself up, but rather don't try to retreat like a lion, but rather just embrace it fully and just allow the experience to happen. You owe them nothing in return, but if you wish to read them back, then you can. But ultimately, it's just for you, babe. Now, as for your last card, of course, Louise Bourgeois. So I think that's how you pronounce bourgeois, yeah. So as for life quote, remembering through art is better than forgetting. So in your last stage, in your conclusion, or in your maturation state, you're going to want to recollect some of the more visual, sensational elements of you. So that could be through photography, it could be through painting, it could be through, honestly for you, I wouldn't recommend the written word unless it's much more like a prose. I wouldn't recommend like a linear narrative form. I would recommend far more of like I don't know, prose, yeah, like an Oscar Wilde sense, you know, just a collection of beautiful, god damn it, just a collection of beautiful things. So yeah, that would be your life inspiration. Now, as for the work ethic, I would recommend an inference is worth 1,000 appendages. An inference is worth 1,000 appendages. Okay, so insight into the current situation. Sometimes you can lack a little bit of self-awareness. Sometimes you lack a little bit of consideration just because you are so in the moment and you are very much enjoying and indulging in what the experience around you is like. So to have that insight where you really recognize what the other person is feeling or what the other person is doing is highly beneficial for you, and it is worth 1,000 appendages, meaning that it is far more in your favor to have that consideration, to have that insight, as opposed to making a couple of blunders and then having to punch out and fight off everyone who ends up throwing negativity your way or trying to harm your reputation as a consequence of you not recognizing them and of their ego getting hurt or of their insecurities acting up. Now finally, as for your life inspiration, draw on private pain to connect with the public. So when it comes to your private pain, when it comes to your more melancholic, sanguine experiences, sorrowful experiences, it is highly recommended that you draw upon them to connect with people as opposed to coming off as royalty. Despite the fact that you are royalty, oftentimes it is better to placate your public with a demonstration of your humanity, so that way they know you bleed, and thus they won't try to make you bleed because they already have the answer for them. Or in other words, they won't try to prove you're human out of insecurity. They'll already know you're human and have to deal with it. So, now that we have the oracle reading out of the way, do you have any questions for me? No? Okay. Excellent. How did you enjoy the reading? Okay, very nice, very nice. I'm going to take off your gloves here. There we go, there we go, there we go, perfect. And then take off those gloves, perfect, there you go. In that case, I hope you enjoy the reading, I hope it stays with you, and I hope you take care.